Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Alpha Prime of Prime Union, part of the Prime Union family of alliances. And in this video, I'm going to bring you 5 different types of Cybertron war attacks. We're also going to talk about important bots that you need to have, what levels they need to be, and what kind of cores you should use on those bots in order to win at the Cybertron level. So right now, as you can see, we're in Cybertron League, and we're doing quite well. We've got 5,000 points so far, and our alliance is able to put up over 8,000 points if we're all on the same page and doing our best. So I just wanted to give you show you what Prime Union is all about here. And as you can see, Cybertron League, the rewards are quite nice. We get 300 premium shards every time we win, 15,000 spark, and 350,000 alloy and energon. And right now we're in a Cybertron war with Deceptor Crusher. They're a really awesome Autobot alliance that we are friends with in the game, and everyone always gets me confused with their Alpha Prime. That's their commander. He's got the same name, but I will mention that his name is one full word, Alpha Prime. There, as you can see, whereas if you look at me, I am my name has 2 words in it. So don't get confused, guys. Now, wanted to show you guys some of the bots that I use. Now, one-shot bots are very important if you're going to be able to take down max bases. You need bots like Jetfire. He's got a level 9 ability and put on a silver enhanced ordnance core. I have the gold one as well, so if I wanted to one-shot max things, I could put that on Jetfire, but this silver one does the job. And I basically gave a silver core to all my jets. I also gave one to, there you go, to Firefly. And now I'm able to one-shot everything, basically, which is really nice. And same with Stormflash. She's almost there. She's almost there as well. So very nice core. That enhanced ordnance helps those jets a lot for war. And another awesome must-have bot for wars. Well, if you want the easy way of beating Cybertron League battles, get Skylynx. Skylynx is an amazing bot, and I'm going to show you a little bit later what he does. But I just want to give you guys an idea of what kind of bots we're using here. Then they're typically in the 50s. You need at least level 50 something plus in order to be able to beat Cybertron bases. And oh, sorry. And then, as you can see there, he's got a level 9 ability, and he can deal 5,000 damage to any building if you combine the 2 specials. So a very nice bot, very, very useful. And another useful bot is you need tank bots also to take damage while your gunners are doing the work behind. So bots like Optimus Prime are very good because he's got an awesome G1 core, the vulnerability core, so he can go invincible for 10 seconds. And he's got lots of life. And Hotspot. And Hotspot's one of my favorite bots in this game because he's got that reflective shield ability. So if you have a bot that can't one-shot, but it's pretty close, as long as you've got Hotspot, deploy that reflective shield first, take out, and that'll weaken the defense so that you can one-shot it. So in my opinion, Hotspot is one of the must-haves for almost every kind of war combination. And that's why I gave Hotspot my Cronus core. He's going to heal everybody in the group as well. So I keep the groups nice and tight. Cup's a very useful bot for Cybertron Wars because Cup's got that ability to teleport away. And some bases are not very strong in the back, and they're going to take advantage of that with Cup and Springer. And yeah, so those are kind of the bots that I use. Star Saber is another beast of a bot. He's great for different types of strategies, which I'll show you a little bit later as well. So let's get into some replays now. I'm sure you guys are all itching to watch some Cybertron League action. So I'm going to show you some of my attacks, just because I wanted to. Well, I know exactly what I did. So let's go back and take a look at some of my war attacks today. And here we go. So my first attack is like a queen walk, and then I rush. So what I do is I deploy a gunner and a healer first, and the gunner and the healer are going to take out as much of the bottom of a base as possible. And so you want to you want to deploy your strongest gunner for this kind of situation. That a strong gunner should have lots of health and also deal lots of damage per second. And there's something wrong with the sound in this game right now. I'm not getting any sound. But anyway, Wheeljack and Skyburst here. We're going to go at it and take out some of these bottom buildings here to give me more points. And the reason why I need these points is because when you're rushing, you need to throw all your special abilities at the headquarters. So I already took out 3 buildings. Wheeljack is equipped with the Alpha Trion core, so he's getting another 12, giving me another ability point every 12 seconds. So he already got me 2 free points there. I'm at 34, I think. 34 special ability points is pretty much close to max. With my bots at my level, if I've got 34 points to rush, there's no base stands a chance against my team. So what I'm going to do is deploy Prime, then do another rush to the top there so all my bots go around, deploy Saber to the headquarters, swoop to clean up around the headquarters, and then Cup there at the top, Windblade, she's dealing almost 4,000 damage, and then Hotspot to heal up the rest of the team. So and then I use Prime to distract those outpost bots there, because he's the first one into battle usually. So Prime's gonna distract all the outposts while the rest of the team hammers away on the HQ. So that is pretty much how I do a rush attack. A lot of people don't use like a gunner and a healer in the beginning, but I think it's a great idea because you clear out the bottom, and every time you destroy a building, the HQ gets weaker. The HQ loses a little bit of life. So the more life damage you do to the bottom of the base, the better. So that's one of my favorite attacks. We're in Prime Union, we're known pretty much for rush attacks. Those are our specialty. But I'm going to show you different types of attacks as well. Now this is, I noticed this attack is very common now amongst a lot of the different alliances we're encountering now. And it's a jet attack. And so basically what you want to do is you want to take, it works well for time trap bases. So what you do is you deploy a team at the bottom of time trap with healers. So it depends on how strong your team is. I use 2 tanks because there's a lot of defenses on this base here. And I deployed 3 gunners and a healer. You may want to do two tanks, 2 gunners, 2 healers, whatever works better for you, whatever your strengths are. So basically, I deploy this team first, and I'm going to take out as much as I can. I'm going to take out the whole bottom portion, actually. So with a time trap, the weakness is that the defenses are split up. And there's a lot of other buildings thrown into the fray so that it takes up a lot of time, so you won't be able to take out the top and the bottom portion. So basically what we want to do is we want to just take out the bottom portion so that your team walks up to the top, and then you just use gunners to take out the top. So I'll show you once my guys get up to the top there. Now, unfortunately, replays are not as good as the actual attack. For some reason, the gunners went down in this attack. My gunners went into that hole there. So I had my whole team alive still. And yeah, so I used Hotspot Special there just to absorb damage and to weaken those 2 defenses. And Wheeljack, yeah, I don't know what he's doing down there now, but he was up there in the middle healing my whole team. So I had pretty much 100% health going into the top of this base. But of course, this replay is not accurate. But anyhow, I checked out the replay. It is a victory, so I'm going to go ahead and use it anyway. So the idea is once Skylynx gets into range of this headquarters, you just want to lay bombs on the headquarters. And if your Skylynx and your jets are not as strong as mine, you may want to take a white Kremzik, and that will weaken the HQ's defense by 50%. And so if your jets and your Skylynx aren't as strong, you'll be able to take down that HQ quicker. And it's all about speed. You want to take it out as fast as possible because you're getting hit by a lot of defenses, and you don't want outposts popping and killing your jets before they get all their runs off on the headquarters. So there are ways to counter this kind of attack, but right now this is the most popular attack that we're seeing in Cybertron because it's very easy to do. It only requires some strong jets, and there's less skill involved as opposed to having to take out a whole base. Now, another type of attack we're going to use is the Cup Springer attack. Now, in this battle here, I'm going to bring a jet with me as well because I want the jet to clear out some defenses. I don't need to because my cup is actually strong enough. But if yours is not as strong as mine, you may want to bring a jet like I am here. And the jet's just going to take out the missile launcher. So the missile launcher won't hit my cup and Springer when he's gets to the back of the base there. So at this point, I just want to use Firefly to get rid of that one defense for me. He deals 3,900, just enough to take out a missile launcher. So I'm going to let him die, pretty much. Sorry, Firefly. And then from there, you just deploy Cup. And then Cup's going to go and teleport himself to the back of the HQ and around outposts and defenses here, as you can see. So this HQ has got a Omnicore on it, so it's going to deal some damage to my bots. As you can see, it's quite a bit of damage it's dealing, but my bots are levels 55 and up, so they have a lot of health and they can survive that Omniflame. And then, yeah, there's one missile launcher firing at me, but it's not a guided missile core, so it's not going to do any damage. You see, I also got Rejuvenate cores on my bots, so they're getting healed for 2.3% every 5 seconds. So, you know, it's pretty hard to kill my Cup and my Springer when you've got strong cores like that on them. And that's the kind of core you want to put on your bots. You want a strong core that can absorb, I mean, they can give you some health, because Cup sometimes is going to go and teleport himself away from everything else, take damage, and you won't have anyone healing them. So that's the third attack. Now I'm going to show you a fourth walk style attack. Now, my replay is not the same as my attack. Unfortunately, I actually won this attack, but it's showing a loss, and I'll show you where things went wrong. But basically, a walk team is the toughest and it requires the most skill, because you have to take out all the defenses. So you need to have a very strong squad, and typically you need to have a 20,000 point squad in order to take out these max bases here. So a walk is basically healers, gunners, and tanks to protect the team. And basically what you're doing is you're just taking out every single defense on the way to the headquarters. So that's just basically what I'm doing here. The gunners are going to take out everything, and I'm going to use a hotspot here just to go to the middle and damage or weaken those defenses, and absorbs Desaurus's special. So this base is got a pretty clever design. It's got the two shock towers close by to each other, so when you're fighting those outposts, you're getting killed by the shock towers. So it's a very nice, effective design here. And then from here, you're just taking out. Now, when I did this attack, I didn't leave that missile launcher behind. For some reason, it's still alive, even after an orbital strike. So it just shows you that it's pretty glitchy, this game, in terms of the replays. They're not accurate. But this is pretty much it. I just want to show you guys you're doing a walk with gunners, healers. Let the tanks go forward first to soak up the damage and kill everything as you go. So as you can see there, 3 gunners together deal a lot of damage. And if you've got 2 strong healers, like my healers are not the greatest. They're like level 55, 56. There are people with stronger healers than mine. But if you got 5-star healers, even better. And then that was it pretty much. I said my full squad when I attacked this base. But anyhow, that's pretty much what I did. And then I rushed to the HQ. I had actually a minute left to spare, but it's showing that I lost here, so way off the replay. But you guys get the idea of what to do there with the walk attack. And the fifth attack I wanted to show you guys is a cool primal attack that I just saw. My buddy Dare to Be Stupid. He is an awesome Optimus Primal user. He's probably got the strongest Primal in Prime Union, and he uses the Primal the most. And I'll show you what he does and his strategy for Primal. So what the keys to a Primal Team is he has no heal. He doesn't use any healers, and the reason why he doesn't use healers is because Primal's got that sick Battle Orders special, which gives 2,200 health shield, and all your bots prioritize defenses for 15 seconds. So he doesn't need a healer for his squad here. And as you can see, all his bots that he's using are all high damage per second bots. So that's another another requirement of a Primal Team, is to have high damage bots, because when they're focusing on defenses, you want them to kill the defenses as fast as possible. And then you see he uses Grimlock there to absorb the outposts, and then Saber swipes just to weaken all the defenses a little bit for the battle orders. Now once the all the defenses are disabled with Saber, he's going to deploy his battle orders with Optimus Primal, and then they're just going to finish off all the defenses that are all weak now because Saber went ahead and used that blazing strike, the blazing storm, to weaken everything. So as you can see here, the bots ignored all the defenses. All the defensive buildings, but attacked all of the. Sorry, they ignored all of the useless buildings, the resource buildings, and just attacked the defensive buildings first. And you can see here that his team is still pretty healthy, and he didn't even need a healer. So that's a cool attack style for Primal. Anyhow, that's 5 different attacks. I appreciate your guys watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll keep pumping out more videos for you guys, okay? Thanks a lot, and leave me just a question if you have any questions about any of the attacks that I did in the comments below. This is Alpha Prime. Peace out.